to this very special episode of the Krazecast, recorded live for KPSN. My name is Roxy, and I'm here on video with my co-host Jay and Amber.
Hi, everybody. Now you get to see the faces behind the Krazecast. Hello, everybody. And thank you to everybody who's in here as well.
Yes.
I'm always fidgeting and stuff when we're recording, and now that I'm on video, I can't do that.
Do it anyway. It's going to be legit and live.
It's fine. I'm on my phone, so I'm just like, but I'm paying attention. Don't worry, guys.
So yeah, before we start, just be sure you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Kraze Magazine and YouTube, The Kraze. So today we're going to discuss Korean fashion. Jay, a while back actually, wrote an article about fan-made stuff for concerts. So we were going to talk about that, but also like just Korean fashion in general.
Yeah. Jay, do you want to start us off?
I just realized I had my mic on mute. Sure. Oh God, I don't remember this article exactly, but for those who are in video, I actually did a DIY, which I'm pulling from my bed, where a lot of people like to make their own, like stuff for the concert. And I wore this during the Fly tour for GOT7. I created this, which took a long time to do, but I just basically ironed it on and shows the bias, Martwan. He noticed me in the shirt, just saying, I did that one. And then when BTS finally came to KCON, I also created another version, but in black. And this one is much more of a crop top. And of course, J-Hope. But definitely when you go to concerts, especially here in America, we tend to see a lot more people basically making a fashion show of what it is to, dress up in at concerts, because I think we all can agree that, this is the one time where we show up and show out. And we definitely always dress to the nines. Obviously, most of us, I hope, are comfortable when, we dress up for these concerts. Speaking of fan-made things, I'm going to just plug these really cute earrings that are J-Hope inspired. The shop, I'm blanking out on it. And then I have as a necklace, as well as this OT7 and the moon, and as well as these friendship bracelets that I have for things. Because when it comes to K-pop merch nowadays, I feel like we're seeing a lot of these shops like come out to create stuff like this. I don't know if you guys own anything. Also back there's an August D shirt back there for those who are watching the video. So there's that. And I think we also, we buy a lot of merch as well when it comes to these tour shirts and the bajillion other things that are there. What about you guys?
I have a soft spot for fan site goods, because fan sites do play an important role in the K-pop ecosystem. They are the middleman for fans because they create more affordable fan goods compared to what the companies tend to sell to us, and they listen to the type of things we want. You only see 2 banners here, but across the room I have the other 10. I have a couple necklaces, and I've recently put out an order for a hoodie for ATEEZ that has like all of these military regalia, like very hala hala-esque outfit in it. And I think that fan goods is one of the ways that we're able to express ourselves. But sometimes when you buy K-pop fan like merchandise, fan-made goods, or made by the company, sometimes it's just god awful. And I'm 24 years old. I'm a little old to be wearing my bias's face every day.
Jay, there's a question in chat. Where did you get your pendant from?
This one?
Yeah.
So the necklace, these 2 necklaces and the bracelet, they're from a company. If you also want to follow me on social media, I'll also DM you there as well. They're called a shop called privateparadise.co. I believe that's also the same as their Instagram handle, and on, I don't know if they have a Twitter, but that's their Instagram handle, and they do this. They recently came out with a lot of member specific stuff, but as soon as I saw the one, I had to get it. So that's why I had it, because team over here that's my jam. But anyways, continue on.
Yeah, so we do want to talk about like Korean street fashion in general and stuff, because fashion is such like a big part of the whole like K-pop culture and stuff. I don't know about you guys. If you can tell based on the way I look that I pretty much just wear black, because I have the hair, the eyeliner, and I'm tattooed. So I'm not the best to speak on fashion.
I do, like, I feel like what we see from a Western fan perspective when it comes to seeing like fashion, a lot of what we see is influenced by like K-pop idols themselves, compared to what I see on the street here in Korea. Like pieces like wearing harnesses or more daring hairstyles or clashing patterns. I feel like every K-pop fan has worn those stupid striped pants. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like the very baggy cargo, like red and white pants. They were in the Cherry Bomb music video. I feel like every K-pop fan has worn those at least once in their life. And if you haven't, I'm proud of you because there's pictures of me running around wearing those. And I think, though, it's really dynamic and changing. Like, we see the fashion and we try to imitate it. You know what I mean?
I totally get what you mean, because definitely like when we see these idols, especially in music videos, you're like, where did they get that? And so now you see it happening where we see these trends, and it doesn't necessarily follow, what is the editorial fashion week style. Like you'll see bits and pieces there, and you see idols, wearing or going to these open shops, but it's like that's not really what they wear. And then sometimes when you go into Korea, like the way how they dress is like they don't dress like how we see in the music videos at all. They're a lot more, I don't want to say conservative, but they're a lot more covered up. They layer a lot.
Definitely. One thing you'll find in Korea, especially among women, you can wear shorts all the way up your ass, but heaven forbid you show your shoulders, your collarbone, or your boobs. Like, you will be scandalous.
Me and Roxy would definitely be in trouble right now.
Me too.
Oh, true.
What we see these girls in like these scandalous short skirts and things, which is common. Like day-to-day fashion in Korea, you get the boys who look like they're always in the office, and the girls they range from like street fashion to very girly, and I don't want to say, like, it looks like something your grandma might have wore when they were little.
Jay's face just now.
Listen, you guys don't get to see these reactions on my face, when we normally record. So like this is like a once in a lifetime thing that you guys get to see the reactions, because these are the faces I make when we're recording.
Let me tell you, when I go to work, I don't dress like this. I'm normally in like high collared top, usually has ruffles. Sometimes I have a bow in my hair. And I'm wearing like long touch the floor type skirts a lot of the times, because like I'm an elementary school teacher. I move around a lot. But like that's the fashion you see. A lot of the girls look like a mix between Little House on the Prairie and they just got ripped out of a Barbie doll house.
I can't even picture that.
It's completely fine to wear big ass bows in your hair in your 20s here. And girls are often like dressed to the nines on dates.
I feel like it's very like, the girl next door cute type of concept that we see like girls wear. Whereas when you take it into like, if you're looking at idols specifically, because when you look at their stuff, it's like that's not something you would really regularly see. That's more something meant for the club or it's very daring. And but if you come here to the States, like what I'm wearing or what Roxy's wearing, or even just the fashion that you see in K-pop videos, that's almost normal here. Now, if you're not dressing like that, you kind of look like a bum. Sorry, but not sorry.
Dude, like when you come to Korea, you can't dress like we do at home. Like you can't be rolling out in your PJs. You can't be rolling out in athleisure. You gotta be like, beat your face, do your hair. If you're gonna wear comfy clothes, at least style it. Like if you're gonna wear comfy, it better be Adidas or Nike. Like if you're gonna wear like a tracksuit or joggers, like you better look put together.
I hate everything about that because I dress terribly. Like when you have to go to the store and that's all you have to do. Like I wear pajama pants. I don't care. I just like.
What I really like though about, and it's really interesting that I bring this up, is like how masks have been like an everyday part of fashion here. Like it's so strange to a Western world. They're like, oh, we have to wear masks every day. And I'm just like, if I don't want to put a face on, I just put a mask on. And like they're in different patterns and different shapes. And definitely what Sai said, it's definitely about filling fashion trends as much as possible. Like if you see it at Fashion Week, you're going to see it on the streets. Last year at last Fashion Week, it was a lot of neons. And what did we see? Lots of neons in K-pop, lots of neons on the street. I do have a question though. What is the one pet peeve you have about Korean fashion, whether it is in public or on idols?
Like favorite, like are we talking article of clothing?
Like your pet peeve about it?
That's really hard for me because I'm not sure.
When it looks like mine is when they take the layering to the extreme and it looks like they're wearing everything in the closet. Kind of like what NCT 127 wore in Cherry Bomb. They literally are wearing everything from SM's closet.
Oh, that reminds me of like, I don't remember which SF9 era it was, but it was like In Song had on like a sweater except half of it was a t-shirt.
Oh God,
weird stuff like that.
Or it's just like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of oversized. I love oversized, but sometimes when they wear oversized and it looks too huge and it's swallowing them, that it's just like, okay, like, so like I'm probably gonna be one of those people who does not like the chunky shoe trend at all.
Oh, I hate it.
I hate it. Like
I hate the ugly shoes.
I'm like, why is this a thing? Like, no.
I know someone in the chat is talking about like the very short pants, and it took me a while to get used to it. Like your pants are cut off at your ankles most of the time, whether it's wide or like close, and I really hate that, but I'm short, so often the clothes, they fit like normal pants. But if you're like any taller than like 5'3" or 5'4", you're really screwed if you try to buy jeans here.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's fashion to have your ankles showing, apparently.
Interesting.
I feel like, what era was that? Like, what, in the early hundreds where, you know, oh, scandalous, showing your ankle. You know, the lady showing the ankle under their skirt. Oh my God, it's so scandalous. I feel like it's like that, where like, oh my God, how attractive.
And I think that also, like, the slenderness. Like, I hear a lot, I hate going into this topic, but we might as well. Unobtainable beauty standards in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Things like I'm clearly a little rounder around the edges. And big things here like, oh, do you like, oh, you would be prettier if you worked out a little more. Oh, aren't you like, don't your big thighs or big calves bother you? Like, why does it matter? Like I see my Korean friends, these size like 00 girls dieting because they're not skinny enough to fit into clothes. And like, I want to wear cute Korean girl fashion, but all of it's going to look slutty on me because I'm not shaped like a ruler. I'm shaped like a Coke bottle.
She said ruler. Oh my goodness.
I'm not kidding. Everything's made for straight size here. I'm like, I'm sorry. I got boobs and a butt.
That's true. And like when I was there in Korea too, it's just like, man, I really want to wear your stuff. Like, or A-Land. A-Land is like one of my favorite stores in Korea. Really cute clothes. But at the same time, I'm like, I mean, I'm not saying I'm big, but I'm not skinny either. And I feel like nothing will fit up here, if you get what I mean. Like,
Yeah, nothing. If you got big shoulders and big tits, you're screwed in this country.
I mean, true. And I'm just like, I wasn't even gonna bother with pants either, because I'm like, nope. Unless it's like, you know, you go to Uniqlo and it's free size, you know, stuff like that.
It's like, ugh.
So I mentioned that's why they can wear shorts all the way up because they don't have anything down there.
And it makes me laugh too.
Like, listen, I'm gonna need some of these ladies to have just a little bit more cake on them if they're gonna wear those shorts, okay? Just a little bit more cake.
If you're gonna be trying to throw ass, I need you to grow an ass. Because like some of them, like I'd be looking out because like I'm a queer person, and I'd be seeing these girls and like they're cute and all that, right? And they're like wearing these cute outfits, and I'd be like, you're cute, but like I'm gonna break you in half, and like you trying to throw your ass in a circle, and there's nothing there, honey. You're gonna throw your back out.
Jay's losing it.
Listen, okay, it's they're like, hey, like, yeah, just don't try. But
okay, go ahead.
Go like just to veer off the topic a little bit, like, what are some like Korean fashion trends that you wish that you could try?
There's one with what is it? It's I don't know how to describe it in English. Hang on. It's like these, like I've tried it, it just doesn't look right on me. It's the like cami with really oversized top, like very flowy oversized top, and then like super short shorts with the socks that go up over your knees. And I'm like, I got too many curves for all that to work. But I want to, but I'd look like a whore. And I mean, we love that, but I can't wear it in public.
Roxy?
I don't I got nothing.
I don't want to say it's necessarily a trend, but for me, the season I really like in Korean fashion is winter fall, because I want their coats so badly. Every time I watch these Korean dramas and I see the coats that they have.
You want the kimbap coat.
Like, I'm like, I want, like, dude, like, I mean, I understand it's very expensive, but you go, I mean, here, even in the States, it's like, you want a really nice peacoat or a coat like that, you're dropping about $200 to $300 on a very nice coat. But like every single time I see them in these K-dramas that are filmed towards the winter time, fall, I'm like, I just want a long coat. Like, y'all look so cute in your outfits like this.
During the winter when it gets cold, you see those long black coats, everyone looks just like walking kimbaps. Like in the subway, in the street, they like zip those up, and it's just like it's a bunch of kimbap in the street.
I'm not really the puffy coats, but you like the really nice ones, you know? Not the puffy coats, it's the really like tailored.
The pea coats?
Yeah, the pea coats. That's what I'm talking. That's like my favorite trend. Whenever I watch K-dramas, and they're like in the fall winter era or like season, I'm like, I want this, I want that, I want this coat, because they're like, especially when they dress the ladies, I'm like, you're just wearing a really nice blouse, jeans, like maybe a kitten heel or flat, and the coat, and I'm like, I want this, but I live in an area where it's not that cold.
Does it ever get cold in California?
I mean, it does.
Really?
The more north you go.
I mean, like where you live, does it ever get cold?
If I want to go more east, yes.
I know, like in the north, yeah, it would be, but
yeah, like if you go further east into the mountains where it actually does snow, yes, it gets pretty cold.
Okay. I just, yeah.
I don't know if you guys have this problem, but I find myself having this all the time. I find myself drawn to Korean men's fashion more than I feel drawn to Korean women's fashion.
Oh, I agree. I feel like, I mean, while I guess for me, if I'm going to pick a style in terms of what I see in K-pop music videos, I really like the girl crush concept, but it's always menswear that I see that I'm like, I really, really, really like your style. Like, for example, ATEEZ's Answer. All of their outfits, they look so good. And I'm like, I want this outfit for myself.
Right. And there's actually my comb. Sorry about that.
I was gonna say, what are you holding?
I was combing out the ends of my hair. Shit's long, okay? On Twitter, they actually have accounts for these groups that are fashion accounts where they will go find what they're wearing in a music video, in an appearance, so you can buy it. I recently bought some t-shirt that Bangchan wore in Two Kids Room because it says like love you on the sleeve, and I really, really wanted it. But you can mimic those outfits and
but the biggest problem with those is like all of the K-pop groups use like designer and ridiculously expensive things that like no one can afford.
You'd be surprised. Like the shirt that I bought was $50.
That's a lot of money for a shirt.
Still a lot of money for a shirt though. Like if you think about it also, certain, like you can find certain idols, like I forgot who it was. I think it was either Sohyun from Girls' Generation or it was Suzy. I don't remember who. She went to a red carpet event wearing an H&M dress. And I'm like, that's from H&M? Like, I mean, H&M can get a little bit pricey too, but
yeah,
I'm like, H&M? They're doing this? This is super cute.
Yeah, H&M in Korea is on like a whole other ball game. It's also one of the only places you'll find Western-sized clothes. What was I saying? Doesn't Jungkook live in like H&M stuff all the time when he's not wearing fashionable stuff?
I don't know. All we know is that Tay is always dripped in Gucci, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. So, go ahead.
Go ahead, Roxy.
No, you go.
I don't want to go. You go.
This is the kind of shit that we get to cut out when we record.
Yeah. Arguing over who's going to talk next.
Oh, in chat, they said, but they have their stylists do alterations on demand too. That's also true.
Fun fact, going to see a tailor in Korea is really cheap. I have had skirts adjusted, tops adjusted. I've had jeans repaired, and I've never paid more than like 8,000 won, so like $750 American per item.
That's not bad. I was gonna open up the topic of discussion of favorite stage outfits.
Let's go.
Okay. So, man, it's hard to pick, but this is gonna be a group that's technically, like, you wouldn't expect me to talk about them, but VIX during Shangri-La era. They look so good. Especially when they mix the traditional hanbok or, the traditional wear with more modern looks. I'm like, I want that. Like, give me that.
Oh, dude. Modern hanbok style is definitely becoming popular. Like, I even have a modern hanbok top in my closet.
Like, going off of modern hanbok, recently we saw
BTS.
BTS, and then also in Blackpink's How You Like That music video, towards the end, in that last couple of seconds, you see them wearing modern hanbok. And I'm like, those outfits are so cute. Like, I want those.
And like Korea really encourages foreigners to wear it because there's tons of modern hanbok styles out now that they're trying to make it part of everyday fashion again. Like they don't want hanbok disappearing. But it's really weird for me as a Western fan because I feel like if I were to wear that anywhere outside of Korea, everyone would be like, cultural appropriation. But like they let me wear it. I've worn real hanbok. They told me they recommended I purchase certain styles. I don't see the problem.
So V in chat said that you pronounce it Bandit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bandit's jungle style was top notch.
I haven't seen it.
Oops, sorry.
What?
Haven't seen it. Oops.
Stevie in chat just said
17 has lost all their sleeves. Well, you know what? If I had nice arms like that too, I would flex them too.
Can we talk about how Jongin and Bangchan have also lost their sleeves?
What is that? Okay, first of all, Jongin is a child, so they did put sleeves back on him.
He is an adult.
I don't want to talk about this. He's too young.
He is
Still
20 years old.
No, too small.
Forever baby in the eyes of a fan.
His eyes still twinkle when he looks at fans though, so I'm okay with him growing up.
I'm not okay with him dressing up that way.
I mean,
he's tiny boy.
But also Busan Boy's getting a lot of trouble, and he is a Busan boy, so.
Oh God, don't bring that up. That makes me think about that time Jungkook said the thing.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, going back onto topic, favorite era stage outfits. I said mine.
Mine would be. I have two. My favorite boy group lately, it was actually Astro. Their styling for Knock Knock was one of my favorites. And the fact that they've actually let Jinjin's tattoo breathe.
Beautiful. Love to see it.
We love that, man. So short, so beautiful. And who else? My favorite girl concept is actually Mamamoo's outfits from Hip.
Didn't Solar have like that weird 2 different hair color thing?
That was from she was wearing a wig, I think, in that, but then she did 2 different colors for Mama.
Ah, okay.
Where she looked like Shigo.
Mm-hmm.
Roxy, what about you?
So I'm just gonna go I go back here, but it'd be pretty obvious from my tattoo if you can't see what it is. Run, I think, was my favorite. My favorite fashion. BTS's Run. I am Yugi biased, so I was obsessed with his mid-colored hair. And I still am. It's been 5 years and it's still my favorite thing.
We love Mint Yoongi. So, since we're on the topic of stage outfits, harnesses.
I mean, yes. Yes, harnesses, yes.
Yes. I'm the biggest advocate for, I guess you would consider it a harness. Dior J-Hope, hello. I'm the biggest snob out there that is just heck yeah. Anytime he comes on the timeline, I'm retweet everything now.
Did you see that in person though?
Did I? Yes, I did. I was yes, I did. I was did I? Wait, yes, I did. I went to the concert.
My favorite, my favorite harnesses that I've seen in person was actually Monsta X during Mom Baby Con, not this last year, but the year before. And it was the last Mom Baby Con before the incident. And I think it's interesting though that a harness that was something that comes out of kink has become a primary part of K-pop fashion. And it's things like chokers and how very the only one I could think of is how erotic stage costumes can look sometimes.
I mean, you're not wrong.
What you're mentioning is making me think of Vix's Chained Up.
I was about to bring them up.
Yes.
That was edgy. That was edgy shit.
They definitely were pushing the boundaries on there, and I'm yes.
I believe they are the first ones to go that hard when it comes to chokers. Or collars. Those weren't chokers, those were freaking collars.
I mean, they had the whole slave contract in there.
It's true.
So
it's true.
It's true. If you bought the album, unfortunately, I can't pull it out because I have it stored in my closet. But
I have mine without a reach either, and it makes me so sad. That was such a good album. What other fashion do we like?
I was thinking, since you mentioned chokers, there was this one very big black choker that Sungwoo wore for Answer. You
Let's
know the one I'm talking about?
I could go on and on about that man.
Hey, let's leave this for after hours.
No, I just saying, okay, all I was saying about that choker is that it's really beautiful and I wanted it.
If we're going to talk about fashion on those boys, the styling and illusion, Hong Jung in that damn coat.
That was a good coat.
I want that coat so bad.
It brought me back to, if we're talking about fashion, let's go back a few years. I think I covered it in one of the articles that I did. Remember the eclectic mix match of different colors, but it matches kind of style, like 4 minutes during music, 21 in their debut years when they were wearing that very eclectic style. You know, like, remember when that was an era in K-pop and we're like, it's weird, but it works kind of situation. Some outfits, though,
Let's talk about eclectic, weird-ass outfits. JYP in his damn pants.
Yeah, I just saw that Psy said that, and I just kind of...
Those transparent pants.
Wait, was that the same time that, like, the camera panned to Jackson and he was just, like...
Yes!
Dead?
Yes! And he's like, what the fuck are those pants?
That was the greatest scene ever, I think. Just going over to Jackson and he's just like...
looking so disturbed, like...
He was all of us in that moment. Like, he just summed it up for everyone.
Like, Father, please. You're just embarrassing me. I feel like that's what they are. Like, you're embarrassing me. Stop.
Oh, man.
But, I mean, I will say also, I do appreciate the schoolgirl, schoolboy look as well.
Yes, the cute school uniforms. Which, honestly, those are actually very accurate to what Korean school uniforms look like. They're not, like, inaccurate at all.
All right. I mean, we can go on and on about fashion, you know. Maybe we should do another second episode where we even just talk about concert. Because, I mean, I briefly mentioned it earlier, but we could talk about concert wear and concert, like, attire when it comes, especially here in the West. But, Roxy, don't we have some other things that we have to talk about, too?
Yes,
don't we have something to plug?
But before we move on to the last little topic that we want to talk about, we do want to mention that we have a special charity that we're working with for this event called NAMI. And did you know that July is Minority National Mental Health Month? It was formally recognized in 2008, and it focuses on bringing awareness to the unique struggles of underrepresented groups in the United States. So since we are participating in the Podcast Fest, the Krazecast has contributed to the event's overall donation to the National Alliance on Mental Illness. So if you would like to support the efforts of the organization, visit donate.nami.org. And so we only have about 10 minutes left or so. So we were going to talk about one underrated group. Do
you want me to plug them?
Go ahead.
All right, so this week we are talking about BZ Boys. They're a real small group. If you check their YouTube subscribers, they only have 8,000 subscribers on YouTube. They are a 4-member group under Chrome Entertainment. They have Bon, Taeyoung, Double D, and Seunghyun. They debuted in July 2019 with the song Question. Their fandom name is real cute. It's called Balloonist. And so their leader, Bon, is a 93 line. Then they have Taeyoung, who's a rapper. He's 94. Roxy, he's blonde. Double D, who's the other rapper. He's 97 line. Roxy, he's also blonde.
Do not call me out like this on camera, woman.
Roxy has a thing for the blonde rappers. It is a pattern.
Leave me alone.
Meanwhile, it's just me with the rappers or the leaders.
And then Seunghyun, his nickname, what I find fascinating, that he's the maknae. He was born in 98. He's actually a Sagittarius J. His nickname is Pokemon Master.
Cute.
That's cute.
So they're a real small group. They've only had a debut and a comeback. So what did you guys think of their songs?
I didn't get to listen to their other single, but I listened to Yes Sir and Dangerous. I believe that was that their debut?
Yes.
Yes, I got to listen to their debut song. And I mean, I haven't fully checked them out like as a whole group, but I mean they sound very young. There's a refreshing style to them that it's just like, okay, I see. Like, it doesn't pique my interest like fully just yet, but I think it's also because they don't have a lot of stuff out just yet that makes me okay, like I'm keeping my eye on you. I really do want to see what they have in store. And I don't want to take up too much time, but for those who are here listening, whether you're here in the room with us or listening on the podcast, I've always said it before. These groups are meant, like, just because sometimes we don't listen to everything doesn't mean you shouldn't either. We are trying to bring these groups out into the spotlight for you, so you have a new group to listen to and be on the lookout for them. So definitely, like, it's very promising from my opinion. They have a lot ahead of them. I just really hope that they can make it through with the saturation of a lot of groups that are out there right now.
Absolutely. If you want a group that's very interactive with you, they are very interactive on their social media, on Twitter and Instagram at BZ_boys. Their YouTube is BZ Boys. They actually, 3 days ago, Taeyong dropped a cover of Kangaroo by 101, which is delightful cover. Roxy, what did you think of them?
You know, I wouldn't say it's as shining as Jay, but I didn't think they were bad. It just they didn't really catch my eye yet. Although they do, watching the music video, they do seem to have some pretty good synchronization with their dance moves and stuff, which is very promising. But this song-wise, I don't know, I was just not super into it.
Which is completely fine. Not everyone is everyone's cup of tea. I wasn't a fan of Question, but I really liked Yes Sir. Just something about it just snatched my ear up. So definitely think I'm gonna like pay a little bit more closer attention to them because I want to see what they come out with next. But yeah.
So if you want to plug Roxy, you can. Now's the time.
Jay's got the magazine up there. Yeah.
Ooh, I want one too.
You have another issue? Oh, perfect. So, yeah, we do still have our print magazines available on our site. There is a stock sale going on as well. If you enter the code STOCK, STOCK, into the website when you check out, you will get free shipping, which is always nice. So we do still have that. The full, like, everything that's available is on our site, krazemagazine.com/store. You can find everything there.
Yeah. One other thing, you listeners, you're familiar with our resident rookie group Mont. We're really excited about their recently announced comeback. And if we wanted to let you guys know, they'll be joining us next month. So keep listening to our podcast to figure out what day that will be. And yeah.
So I guess, do you want me to wrap things up? Because I can.
Go ahead.
So basically, everyone, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's here, who joined us for K-pop the KPSN Podcast Fest. Everybody who is in here, we appreciate you everybody who's listening. Again, thank you so much for listening to this episode. It's a pleasure. Thank you to the K-pop Social Night for inviting us also in this episode. And yeah, we have tons of episodes already out. Go follow us on where are we? We're on Spotify.
We're on all of the major
them,
streaming
right?
platforms. Yeah.
We're basically in all of them, and definitely keep listening to us. We appreciate your feedback. And again, thank you, everybody. Stay safe out there. It's crazy times. Stay safe out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jay summed it all up. Stay safe. Give the Give the rookie boy groups and rookie girl groups a chance, because you'll never know who your next bias will be, because they will sneak up and get you. Be open to fashion and be willing to explore. And remember to wash your hands, guys. It's important.
And wear a mask. Wear
Both
a
of,
mask.
both of you say that every single episode.
Because we need to. People don't listen.
And if you're gonna be about the Korean fashion, you gotta get used to wearing a mask anyway, because that's like part of everyday life here.
Yeah, just at least be glad that none of the babies this week are literal babies and that they're people our age.
Yeah,
I know, that's
like,
pretty nice.
sometimes it's like they're literal children. We're like, you're cute, but you should be in school.
I know, I really think that about like the kids at our mocknays now. I'm like, why are you not going to study, child?
Shouldn't you be outside playing?
You're too young to have a career right now.
Exactly. Oh, we could go on about that in another episode.
Anyways, thank you everybody for listening to this episode of the Krazecast, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.